And as you know, there are many roads all around Albuquerque that people are asking to change in one way or another. Mostly we're talking about ways to slow down traffic and make our neighborhoods just feel safer. But among the list of the city's to-dos, we found one street that is getting extra attention and certainly a lot more money. 4 investigator Brittany Costello has more on a city staffer's executive decision to make the mayor's house priority number 1.
The drive through Albuquerque's country club neighborhood is a beautiful one. Big trees, stunning homes, and on Park Avenue, a couple ways to keep people safe from speeding traffic. This is a new speed hump. Neighbors call version 3.0.
My understanding is that at neighborhood meetings, speed bump issues have been raised.
Albuquerque Chief Operations Officer Pat Montoya doesn't deal with traffic headaches the same way he once did as the city's Director of Municipal Development, but he did step back in that role to oversee a project on Park Avenue this summer. The Water Authority destroyed one of the speed humps while replacing water lines, and while the authority would have fixed what it destroyed where it destroyed it, the city paid to move it closer to Mayor Tim Keller's home.
A few individuals raised the issue of either their wall had been cracked, it was too close to a bedroom, it interfered with the driveway coming out of their house.
To prevent future damage and more complaints, the city moved it to a better location. But then the replacement needed replacing.
And then it was rebuilt a few times.
It was rebuilt twice, and the reason it was rebuilt is that there was just sort of a miscommunication with the contractor.
The first bump was too small. Cars weren't slowing down enough. The second was too high. It took the city 3 versions to get the mayor's speed hump just right. A cost to taxpayers of $34,000, close to the price of 3 speed bumps.
So it wasn't you calling saying, fix this.
All done just weeks apart.
So you're kind of indifferent either way.
Neighbors had questions too.
So you were fine with it before and you're fine with it now? Is that safe to say?
But no one wanted to talk, some referencing the mayor's house just down the way.
Why do we act on it so quickly? And I think sometimes you just have to make those decisions and you run with it. So.
And the mayor had nothing to do with that. Okay.
Montoya admits the city did veer from the standard procedure for this particular speed hump. He told us the city's neighborhood traffic management program sets the requirements and puts up the money. There's a formal process like petitions that need to be filed and a waiting list that in years past has taken the city years to get to. There are hundreds of Albuquerque streets in various stages of traffic calming requests. All of them require some type of traffic study, but there was not one done on Park Avenue.
You're saying a study should have been done to see where it should have been moved to.
I don't know. You're the one who said that usually if you're moving a speed bump, you do a study. I
said in normal practice, but I also said roughly, 90% of the time you would do something like that. But there are exceptions.
Exceptions, Montoya says they've used for work on other streets in other neighborhoods, but we don't have a list of those. In fact, the city itself seems confused. Hours before our story aired, the COO himself claimed the money did not come from the Neighborhood Traffic Fund, but from the Road Maintenance Fund. But what they sent to prove it would only cover a portion of the costs. The city says it's still trying to dig up documents that show where the rest of the money came from. For now, all is quiet in the country club neighborhood.
As the chief operations officer, there are decisions that I have to make at times. That's the role that I have to carry out, and it was my decision to make.
I just would think you wouldn't want to make your boss mad.
And I don't think I did.
And all is well at City Hall. Brittany Costello, 4 Investigates.
Now, we know the city still owes money for the speed hump project. We'll keep a close eye on where that money comes from. As for the mayor, Tim Keller, he did not take us up on our interview request.